Most people think sleep is when the body rests. But for many people struggling to lose weight, nighttime is when the damage actually begins. I had a patient in her early 60s doing everything right: clean diet, early dinners, even light walking after meals. But every morning she'd wake up frustrated. No fat loss, no progress, just stubborn weight that refused to move. Then she said something interesting. "Doctor, I keep waking up at night, sometimes sweaty, sometimes anxious, and I don't know why." That was the clue, because your body doesn't just sleep at night, it regulates hormones, especially one powerful hormone that decides whether you burn fat or store it. And that hormone is insulin. Now, here's the part most people miss. Insulin doesn't just spike when you eat, it can spike silently at night while you're asleep. And when that happens, your body shifts out of fat burning mode and back into fat storing mode without you even knowing it. That means you can fast all day, eat clean, do everything right, and still wake up stuck. Tonight, I want to show you something most people never connect. 3 subtle nighttime warning signs that your insulin is spiking, quietly sabotaging your progress, and what your body is trying to tell you before it shows up as weight gain, fatigue, or metabolic damage. Because once you understand these signals, you stop guessing and start fixing the real problem. Before we go deeper, I want you to see the big picture clearly, because once you connect these dots, everything starts to make sense. Here are the 6 key insights you need to understand. 1. Nighttime is a hormonal battlefield. While you're asleep, your body is actively balancing insulin, cortisol, and growth hormone. If insulin rises at the wrong time, it blocks fat burning and disrupts repair. 2. You can have high insulin without eating. This surprises most people. Even without food, your body can trigger insulin through stress hormones like cortisol, especially at night. 3. Waking up at night is not normal aging. Many people over 50 assume broken sleep is just part of getting older. In reality, it's often a metabolic signal, not a sleep problem. 4. Your liver plays a hidden role while you sleep. At night, your liver releases stored glucose to keep your brain alive. But if your system is imbalanced, this can trigger insulin spikes repeatedly through the night. 5. Poor sleep can drive fat storage. Even with a perfect diet, you can eat clean all day. But if your hormones are unstable at night, your body will still resist fat loss. 6. These warning signs show up early. If you know how to read them, your body whispers before it screams. Night sweats, sudden wake-ups, strange cravings in the morning. These are not random. They're signals. And here's the reality most people never hear. Many weight loss plans fail, not because of what happens during the day, but because of what's happening silently at night. Now, let's break this down properly. In the next section, we'll go deep into the first nighttime warning sign and why it's one of the clearest indicators that your insulin is out of control while you sleep. Warning sign for 1, waking up between 1 to 3 a.m. with a racing mind. There's a very specific pattern I want you to pay attention to. You fall asleep just fine. Everything feels normal. But then, almost like clockwork, you wake up in the middle of the night. Not because of noise, not because of discomfort. You just wake up, and your mind is suddenly active. Thoughts start racing. You might feel slightly alert, even anxious. Most people brush this off. They say, it's just stress, or that's normal at my age. But this is where the misunderstanding begins. Most of my patients assume waking up at night is just a sleep issue. In many cases, it's actually a blood sugar crash triggered by an earlier insulin spike. Here's what's happening inside your body. Earlier in the night, your insulin rises, sometimes from dinner timing, hidden carbs, or even stress hormones. That insulin pushes glucose out of your bloodstream. Now your blood sugar starts dropping. And your brain sees this as a threat because your brain cannot run without glucose, so your body responds fast. It releases cortisol, your emergency hormone. Think of cortisol like a backup generator kicking in during a power outage. It wakes you up, sharpens your awareness, and forces your liver to release stored sugar. That's why you suddenly feel alert at 2 a.m., not because you're well rested, but because your body is trying to save you from a low blood sugar state. Imagine your body like a smart home system. Insulin is the system that locks energy away for storage. But if it locks too much energy away at night, your brain triggers an alarm, cortisol, to unlock emergency fuel. That alarm? It's your sudden wake up. Why this matters. Every time this happens, your body is being pulled out of deep repair mode. Fat burning stops. Hormone balance gets disrupted. Sleep quality drops, even if total hours look okay. And over time, this pattern can keep you stuck in a cycle of fat storage, morning fatigue, increasing insulin resistance. Simple daily habit. Try this tonight. Finish your last meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bed and reduce hidden carbs at dinner, especially sauces, breads, or late night snacks. This gives insulin time to fall, so your body can stay stable through the night. If this pattern sounds familiar, don't ignore it, because this is one of the earliest metabolic warning signs your body gives you. In the next section, I'll show you warning sign number 2, a symptom many people feel, but completely misunderstand. Warning sign number 2, night sweats, even in a cool room. This one confuses people the most. You wake up in the middle of the night and your body feels unusually warm. Sometimes it's mild. Other times your shirt is damp, even though the room is cool. Many people, especially over 50, immediately think, maybe it's just aging. Maybe it's hormones. And yes, hormones can play a role. But there's another trigger that often gets completely overlooked: unstable blood sugar driven by insulin spikes. What's actually happening inside your body? Earlier in the night, insulin rises, just like we discussed before. Then blood sugar drops too quickly, and your body flips into emergency mode again. This time, it releases a mix of cortisol and adrenaline. Now here's where it gets interesting. Adrenaline doesn't just wake you up. It also raises your heart rate, increases circulation, and generates heat. That sudden heat, it shows up as night sweats. Think of your body like a car engine. When everything is balanced, it idles smoothly through the night. But if blood sugar crashes, it's like suddenly slamming the accelerator. The engine overheats, fuel burns rapidly. The system goes into overdrive. That overheating, it's what you feel as sweating in your sleep. Why this matters: night sweats are not just uncomfortable. They're a signal that your body is being pushed out of balance repeatedly. Each episode means your nervous system is being activated at the wrong time. Your sleep cycles are being disrupted. Your body is burning emergency fuel, not stored fat. Over time, this can slow down fat loss, increase cravings the next day, worsen insulin resistance. Research published in metabolic and sleep journals has shown that blood sugar instability during the night is strongly linked to sleep disturbances and increased cortisol release, both of which impair fat metabolism. Add a small protein plus healthy fat balance at dinner. For example, eggs, fish, or chicken with olive oil or avocado. This helps stabilize blood sugar overnight, so your body doesn't need to trigger that adrenaline spike. Ignore this signal long enough, and your body will stop whispering and start shouting through fatigue, weight gain, and hormonal imbalance. In the next section, we'll cover warning sign number 3, a subtle morning clue that actually starts the night before. Waking up tired and craving sugar first thing. This one is subtle, but incredibly powerful. You wake up in the morning. Technically, you slept for 6 to 7 hours, but your body doesn't feel restored. Instead, there's this heavy fog, low energy, and almost immediately, you start craving something sweet or carb-heavy. Tea with sugar, bread, something quick for energy. Most people think, I just need fuel to start my day. But that's not what's really happening, what your body is actually telling you. That morning craving didn't start in the morning. It started the night before, when your insulin spiked and your blood sugar dropped during sleep, your body was forced to rely on stress hormones to stay stable. So instead of deep restorative sleep, your system stayed in a low-level survival mode all night. Now, when you wake up, your body is trying to recover from that stress. And the fastest way it knows how is sugar. Think of your body like a phone that was plugged into a faulty charger overnight. It looked like it was charging, but the battery never truly filled. So, in the morning, it's still running low and desperately searching for power. That low battery signal, it shows up as cravings. Why this matters. This pattern creates a dangerous loop. Poor nighttime stability, morning cravings, higher insulin during the day, even worse nighttime imbalance. And slowly, your body gets stuck in a cycle where you're always chasing energy, but never actually restoring it. Reality check, statistic style. Studies in metabolic health research have shown that poor sleep quality and nighttime blood sugar fluctuations are directly linked to increased hunger hormones, like ghrelin, and reduced satiety signals the next day. Simple daily habit: delay your first sugar hit in the morning. Instead, start your day with protein, eggs, yogurt, or leftovers, healthy fats, nuts, seeds, or olive oil. This stabilizes insulin early and breaks the cycle before it starts again. If you've been waking up tired and reaching for sugar without thinking, that's not lack of willpower. That's your metabolism asking for help. In the next section, we'll go deeper into what's really driving these nighttime insulin spikes, because once you understand the root cause, you can finally fix it. What's really driving these nighttime insulin spikes? At this point, you've seen the signals. Waking up at 2 a.m., night sweats, morning cravings. But the real question is, why is this happening in the first place? Because once you understand the drivers, you stop chasing symptoms and start fixing the system. 1. Late dinners that keep insulin elevated. Your body follows a rhythm. At night, it's supposed to lower insulin and increase growth hormone, the hormone responsible for repair and fat burning. But when you eat too close to bedtime, especially meals high in refined carbs or hidden sugars, your insulin stays elevated for hours. That means your body never fully shifts into repair mode. Instead of burning fat, it stays stuck in storage mode all night. 2. Hidden carbs that disrupt stability. This is where most people get caught. They say, I eat clean. But when you look closer, sauces packaged, healthy snacks, even certain fruits late at night, these can quietly spike insulin more than expected. And the problem isn't just the spike, it's the crash that follows. That crash is what wakes you up. 3. Chronic stress driving cortisol at night. This one has nothing to do with food. If your mind is constantly active, if you're carrying stress into the evening, your body keeps cortisol elevated. Now here's the connection most people miss. Cortisol tells your liver to release glucose. That glucose then triggers insulin. So even without eating, your body can create a blood sugar roller coaster at night. Imagine your liver as a storage warehouse. Cortisol is the manager shouting, send more energy out. Insulin is the worker saying, store it back. If both are active at the wrong time, you get chaos. Energy is released, then stored, then released again. That constant push and pull, that's what destabilizes your entire night. 4. Poor metabolic flexibility. A healthy body can switch smoothly between burning sugar and burning fat. But when insulin resistance starts developing, that switch becomes stiff. So at night, instead of calmly burning fat for fuel, your body panics when glucose drops. And that panic triggers all the symptoms we discussed. Why this matters. If you only focus on food, but ignore stress, timing, and metabolic health, you'll keep seeing the same patterns. Because nighttime insulin spikes are rarely caused by just one thing. It's a combination. In the next section, I'll show you how to fix this step-by-step, simple, practical strategies you can start tonight to stabilize your hormones and finally unlock fat burning again. How to fix nighttime insulin spikes. Step-by-step plan. Now we shift from awareness to action, because once you calm insulin at night, everything starts to change. Deeper sleep, better recovery, and finally, consistent fat loss. Let's build this step by step. Simple, practical, and realistic. Step 1, create a clean insulin exit. Before bed, your goal isn't just to eat healthy, it's to give insulin time to come down before you sleep. What to do? Finish dinner 3 to 4 hours before bed. Avoid late night snacking, even healthy snacks. This creates a metabolic window where your body can lower insulin, shift into fat-burning mode. Stabilize blood sugar overnight. Think of it as turning off the kitchen inside your body. Step 2, rebuild your dinner plate. Dinner is the most important meal for nighttime stability, not because of calories, but because of hormonal impact. Structure your dinner like this: protein, chicken, fish, eggs, healthy fats, olive oil, butter, avocado, fiber-rich vegetables, leafy greens, zucchini, broccoli. What to reduce at night: refined carbs, sugary sauces, large fruit portions. This slows digestion, prevents sharp insulin spikes, and keeps your blood sugar steady while you sleep. Step 3, calm cortisol before bed. You can eat perfectly, but if your nervous system is still on, your body won't fully relax. Remember, cortisol can trigger glucose release, which then triggers insulin. Simple ways to lower it: 10 to 15 minutes of slow walking after dinner, deep breathing, even 5 minutes, dim lights 1 hour before bed. This tells your body you're safe. You can switch into repair mode now. Think of your body like an airport at night. If planes, energy signals keep taking off and landing, the system never shuts down. But when you reduce late inputs, food, stress, stimulation, the runway clears, and that's when maintenance begins. Step 4, support electrolytes for stability. Many people wake up at night not just from insulin, but from electrolyte imbalance. Low magnesium or potassium can increase stress response, disrupt sleep, make blood sugar harder to stabilize. Simple fix: add mineral-rich foods, spinach, nuts, seeds. Consider magnesium, if appropriate for you. Step 5, fix your morning to protect your night. This might surprise you. Your morning routine affects your next night's sleep. If you start your day with sugar or refined carbs, insulin spikes early, blood sugar becomes unstable. Nighttime crashes become more likely. Instead, start with protein, plus fat, delay sugar and processed carbs. This creates a more stable hormonal rhythm across the entire day. If you don't correct this cycle, your nights will quietly keep undoing your days. These steps aren't extreme. They're foundational, and when done consistently, they retrain your body to feel safe, stable, and efficient again. In the final section, we'll bring everything together and give you a simple way to recognize if your body is already starting to heal. How to know your body is healing and what to watch for. Let's bring this together in a simple, practical way, because the goal isn't just to understand insulin, it's to see real change happening in your body. When you start stabilizing insulin at night, your body responds faster than most people expect, not in dramatic overnight transformations, but in quiet, consistent signals that tell you things are finally working. The signs you're moving in the right direction. You don't wake up at 2 a.m. anymore. Or if you do, you fall back asleep quickly. Your sleep feels deeper, heavier, more restorative. You wake up with a clearer mind, not that foggy, drained feeling. And most importantly, those intense morning sugar cravings start fading. Not because you're forcing discipline, but because your body no longer needs that quick energy hit. A simple way to think about it. Your metabolism is like a rhythm. For a long time, it's been out of sync, spiking, crashing, compensating. But when insulin stabilizes, that rhythm starts to smooth out, sleep becomes predictable, energy becomes steady, fat burning becomes natural again. What most people get wrong: they look for results too quickly. They expect weight loss first. But your body doesn't work like that. It fixes stability before it releases fat. So if your sleep is improving, if your cravings are reducing, if your nights feel calmer, that's not small progress. That's foundational healing. Final coaching. Thought. If you've been doing everything right during the day, but ignoring what's happening at night, you've been solving only half the problem. Now you see the full picture. Nighttime isn't just rest. It's where your metabolism is either repaired or quietly disrupted. Your next step, simple and clear. Tonight, don't try to do everything. Just focus on one change. Finish your last meal earlier, or remove hidden carbs from dinner, or calm your system before bed. Small correction, big impact. Because when your nights become stable, your body finally feels safe enough to let go of the weight it's been holding on to. And that's when progress stops feeling forced and starts feeling natural.